Hi there, friends. Katie Rex here, your simple stylist. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're catching this part, you're probably catching me on the replay. Please comment hashtag replay. It just lets me know that you were able to tune in at a later time. And as y'all are hopping on, please say hello. Facebook has definitely changed how we go live now, and I'm not 100% sure I like it, but that's okay. We will improvise and just make sure everything is in order. All right. Hello, lovelies. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so real quick, I'm on my lunch hour, and tonight I have a launch live on their business page at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I would love to do my makeup for you guys to show you how I do it prior to the live tonight. I'm actually going to go kind of a little bit in reverse than I normally do, which is different for me. But I'm going to start with a really basic eyeshadow look. This is just going to help to get everything out of the way in terms of powders. So if there is any kind of fallout, I can clean it up afterwards. So I'm starting with the color Bubba and going in the crease in a wash. I always start on the outer corner because that's where I want the most concentration of color. So I just wash it in. Make sure you kind of, once you get it in place, then just drag your brush like up to your eyebrow. It's not going to take color all the way up there, but it will just like help to blend it out so you don't have any harsh lines. Hello, ladies. I'm so excited to see you guys hopping on with me. If you would, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I am in Michigan. We are starting to cool off a little bit in temps right now. Fall is coming. I can feel it. I'm loving these fall eyeshadow looks. Already starting to get into like my brownie warms. I love orange and green. They are my two favorite colors. So fall is like for me the most beautiful time of year because they're my favorite colors. And up here in Michigan, they are leaves falling all the time, all that good stuff, and changing colors. Okay, so now that I have Bubba across, I'm going to deepen up my crease with this color. This is Zion, I believe. Let me just double check before I go spitting them out. Yes, it is Zion. So this one was Bubba. This one is Zion. I'm going to go in with the small end, and I'm using it on the side. So you can see there's barely any on that side, but there's more on this side. And I'm just going to start deepening up this color here on the outside, almost like in a C shape, just like that. I'm going to do the same to the other side, and I always kind of tap off any excess that is going to help prevent any further fallout. I'm going to go back around to that fluffier side and just kind of swoosh it around. I get asked all the time, like, I can't do eyeshadow. That is something that I get brought up in question all the time. Guys, I really wholeheartedly don't think I'm like a pro at this whole eyeshadow stuff, but I've played around with it enough to know blending is key, and you can always, it's always forgiving at the end when you kind of clean up the outside. So don't be scared to try new colors, please. That's the fun of makeup, is just trying new things. Okay, so those are blended on both sides. Now I'm going to use that same end into that kind of darker shade, Zion, and just do a little shadow on the outside. I'm not bringing it all the way across. I'm only working in a little shadow here on this outside, like so, to add some dimension on the bottom there. And then I'm going to go into this color here, which is Riviera. Yes, just again, wanted to make sure. And I'm using my ring finger. That's going to give you the lightest touch. And it's a shimmer. So I want the most concentration, and that's why I use my finger and not a brush. And you can see I'm just putting that on like this half and forward. Same here. At any point in time while you guys are watching, if you would like, your custom color match, select that link, fill out the form. What you'll do is you'll end up sending me a makeup-free selfie of yourself, answering a few questions about maybe some potential problem areas that you have in your face that you would like addressed. And there we go. And I will build a custom palette just for you. It's always going to be this size, our palette 12. And it's going to literally house everything you could ever need from a makeup standpoint, aside from eyeshadow brush. I don't put that in your cart for you. We don't sell mascara, so I don't put that in your cart for you. And I don't put the Hotline brush in there. I assume, one, we don't sell it and you already have your own favorite mascara. If you don't, I'll tell you what mine is currently. And eyeshadow brushes, the guys like the foundational brushes, that's kind of a must. It goes with our cream foundations. Honestly, I absolutely love and always use our eyeshadow brushes, but I don't think that they are anything extraordinary compared to an eyeshadow brush that you probably have at home. So that's the only reason why I don't add those into your cart at like checkout. And then I just send you a direct link. So you log in, you take a look at everything I have in your cart, make your adjustments, and check out. You do everything else on your own, but I make it so easy and convenient for you to get a brand new makeup palette. I'm going in now into the color Trust with our Hotline brush. So I'm dabbing that end in, and I'm actually going to go right into my lash line, and this is going to create some eyeliner. But see, I like to use my eyeshadow, and I go into the same color that I'm going to use on my eyebrows. But do you see how that just darkened that up without using an actual liner, like a pencil or something along those lines? This is one of my key tips and tricks for a very natural thickening of your lash line without using a thick liner. Again, I am very natural in my application, in my looks, because I want you to look more like yourself, not completely like somebody else. You are beautiful just the way you are. I'm not going to do my eyebrows just yet because I'm going to get to now my face foundation. And I think I want to go just a tinge heavier, just right here with Zion. There we go. And blend up. See how easy it is to just build a little bit? There. Now I've got more sisters in appearance. And we'll get the top eyebrows after. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my main shade foundation. I'm using the blush and bronzer brush. I always recommend this brush just because it gives you a medium coverage, but if you use such little makeup, in all honesty. But the other cool thing is, like, it's this cream foundation system is buildable, so you can easily build up your coverage. If you like a fuller coverage makeup look, you can also tame it down by using less product and have a much lighter coverage to your makeup. So that's why I picked this one. I like the blunt end of it that's poofy. It allows for this like buffing motion to go on. Okay. Now that we have that, and I'm not using a color corrector today as well. I switched my foundation. I switched my skincare line actually to a new one that I've been trying out, and I've noticed my redness just has gone down so dramatically that I'm gonna try this and see how the coverage lasts for longevity throughout the day on my redness without needing that color corrector. So that's my goal. We're gonna see how it pans out. Okay, now that we kind of have a main shade all over, I am back to being just a one-dimensional face. I'm going to add some contour in I am going into, so I'm skipping this next one. I'm going into this one here with our detail brush. I'm going to go on the corner and just dab it in like so. I actually just switched up my contour as well. This color is olive, so I'm just kind of testing out. It's a little warmer than my last contour I was using, which is ash. This one I'm switching up to just continue to give me some warmth as we enter into fall, which I'm so excited for that. And I'm just dabbing it under my cheekbone and doing like a flicking up motion. You can see it from this angle and now this angle. And you see how it just chisels out some amazing cheekbones. So I'm just building on both sides and dabbing. I'm gonna do the same now around my forehead. So I'm just swooshing it back and forth and rubbing it into my hairline, blending it in with that lighter color. So I've now added dimensions around my face. I'm going to take the other side and very lightly tap in and just run it down the sides of my nose. So one on each side to contour my nose out. And this, I say, is kind of an optional. I know people who do it. I know majority, I guess, of artists, I think, do it. But it's not always a step that most people are used to taking, and they often skip it in their routine. And that's completely fine. This is your makeup. This is up to you what you want to do. Okay, I'm just going to take the buffy end again and just blend those together. Get the tops of my cheekbones, and you want to blend up, so we're blending this line out. You can see, so it's a gradual decrease, where the bottom line, that's where you want that shadow to be. So don't buff that bottom line out too much. I just do a few swipes to kind of soften it, but don't remove it. That's key here. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my bronzer. I'm using that same smaller end, and I'm just gonna tap. This gives it more of a dense appearance, picks up more pigment, so I'm just kind of tapping it around in these C shapes around my face, and then I'm gonna switch over to the poofier, it's like way poofier end, and help buff that in. And this is just gonna give me that warmth and glow. Like I said, I'm trying to continue whatever summer color is left for me. I also like to take it down onto my chest and neck. I like to self-tan. I have a very fading self-tanner on right now. So my this is how I make my face and my neck and chest all match, because my neck is like pure white all the time. It gets no sun under there. My face has that little bit of redness and warmth naturally to it. And then my chest, I put my self-tanner on, and that warms it up as well. So I want them all to pair together, guys. We're not trying to create, you know, our 1990 makeup lines where it's like right here. We don't want that. Okay, next I'm going to go into the detailed end, and I'm going into a brightener color. This one is white peach, and I'm just dabbing it on there. It's very little product again, and I'm going to pop it in the inner corner of my eye here. I'm going to do the same on this side. So the key here with a brightener shade like this is just to be very subtle and stipple in this inner corner and help draw it down. I will always recommend a main shade foundation and then a brightener shade, which is going to be a couple levels lighter than your main shade. And the point of this is really to help brighten. We're contouring and highlighting. So we're going to brighten up under these eyes. So boom, boom, boom. And drag it kind of out. And you can see I'm really using a stippling motion, not sweeping under the eye. That is going to create, if you do have any texture under your eyes, that is just going to accentuate that texture, give those fine lines and any wrinkles that you have more presence. We don't want that. We want to reduce the appearance of them, right? So I'm just, again, putting that color and put a dab between my brows. I'll go a little down the center of my nose. above my lip and on my chin. And then I'm going to switch over again to the buff side and just buff that color together. That just creates, again, a little brighter appearance in these key areas. Look at how beautiful this is coming together. And I love it because this hand never stays. I flip between 2 layers in my compact, and everything is in here aside from my brushes and my mascara. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, now that that is all buffed into place, just doing a final check and a close-up, you can see it still looks like skin. I still look like me. That's one reason why I love this makeup so much. Now I'm going to go into this color here, which is my lip and cheek color. This is called Tropicanna. So beautiful. And I pinched my brush and dabbed in a few times. And I'm going to go right on this cheekbone. I love this color for fall. Usually we think like a Tropicanna is like tropical summer. I love her for fall because I think she pairs so well with those orangey tones. She's a very peach color to her. So beautiful. And I just tap right on that cheekbone, going into the apple of my cheek and then bringing her back up. And look at how gorgeous that is. So simple, so easy. Love it. Okay, what is left? The Illuminator, where did my... I left her in the bathroom. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger for my Illuminator and just tap. Look at that. Illuminator is going to give you that glow, that shimmer. Put a teeny bit on the tip of my nose, in the corners of my eyes, under my eyebrows, just whatever's left over. This one is still a cream. We do have powder illuminators that are going to be way even more potent than these babies. But this is Honey. She's gorgeous. So I'm popping her on top, and then I'm just kind of blending her in with the rest of my makeup. Boom. So that is done. That is this one. I'm going to put a little of that Tropicanna on my lips because our colors are both a lip and cheek color. So dual purpose. There's so many things you can dual purpose these for. I have used the lip and cheek colors as eyeshadows. I've used contours to do my eyebrows, which right now I'm going to do that in with an eyeshadow. So I'm going in with our Hotline brush again. I did that to line my lids or my lashes, lash line. I'm now going to just brush up on my eyebrow with the spoolie end, and then I'm going into that color Trust right here, and I'm just going to do a line underneath and go up to that arch, and then I'm going to finish the arch tail down. So I'm just darkening that up a titch, and then I'm going to tap it again, tap off any excess, and you can see the brush is on an angle like that, and it's super skinny. So I'm going up, and I'm going to start creating like these hair-like strokes in the front and center of my eyebrow, going up from that line that I created. And this just helps to fill in, look at that. It is amazing what a little, it's very subtle. It's not like this big change here, but just a little bit in the eyebrow really makes the eye pop versus you can see the other side, which I'm going to do now. So same thing. I'm just first comb all the hair up. Then I go in with my color and do a line across the bottom up to the arch. Then I fill in the tail. Never, ever, ever drag the tail further than what's naturally there. The further you drag that tail down, the droopier your eye is going to look. So there is a pro tip right there. Keep your eyebrows up and lifted. Keep that arch up and high. And that will help to create an illusion of a very lifted, uplifting eye. You'll see the appearance of like hooded eyes diminish when you play around with shaping your eyebrows. This eyebrow naturally is higher than this one. Like if I just do a resting face, I don't know why. Maybe I do this a lot, but this one's just always naturally higher than this one. It is what it is. It's my face. And that's okay. Okay. There is that. I'm going to go in now with my mascara and finish off the look with some mascara. I'm going to make sure I don't have any fallout as well under my eyeshadows, which I shouldn't. So I am using Liquid Lash Extension by Thrive Cosmetics. It is one of my just obsessions lately when it comes to mascaras. I asked in one of my stories for polls on mascaras to try out. Not that I'm not impressed with this one, but I definitely want to take up your guys' opinions on what you find is your favorite and see if I like that better than this one. So it's on my to-do list. I have to get them all ordered. Y'all gave me like, I don't know, at least 20 different mascaras to try out. And some of you recommended the same one. And some of you even recommended Thrive. So I'm already with you on that one. I do think this is a great mascara. It's going to give you more of that length than it is going to give you like fullness. So if you're looking for thicker lashes, I would say this one's probably not up your ballpark to want to try. If you are looking for length though, it's amazing. I just love how long it makes my eyelashes. And I love that it has silicone. It's almost like a tubing, like a silicone or a rubber tubing that it creates around your lashes to stay on. So it's waterproof. It's not going to come off. You're not going to get it on these lower lash lines when you are, you know, throughout the day. It doesn't come off. I love it. It stays put. I can't say enough about it. But I can't wait to try all the ones you guys recommended. Touch a little on the lower lashes. Okay. I always gotta make sure I like get these corner ones because I often forget about those or something. Okay, so that is done. I'm gonna go through and just take this and make sure I've cleaned everything up and our eyeshadows are uplifting. Nothing there, making them drag down. And the mascara that I kind of got on my lid, I like to just take the spoolie end and do a little soft scrape. And that takes it right off without removing my eyeshadow, which is amazing. Perfect. Because then once I put it on, my eyelashes start to touch my eyelid like instantly. So that is it. That's how quick and easy this makeup is. It will give you a flawless complexional look, covering up any of those flaws that you have. Very natural, very dewy, a nice fresh glow like healthy skin. We do have a setting powder that comes in a tin that you can use if you are more of an oily based person and really need that mattified look, or let's say you just prefer a mattified look. Snag, and I always put it in everyone's compact that I recommend as well, the Vanilla Dust setting powder, because on some occasions I like to put some powder on. Today though I am not, because I want to be fresh and glowy for my live tonight with Lange. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Reach out if you have any questions, please. I would love to talk to you about getting your own compact and send you my recommendations. I know you will love it. I promise. If for whatever reason you don't love it, or a color isn't what you expected it to be and you'd like to exchange it, there is a 30-day full refund to return policy and 60-day exchange policy. So you can get the products, use them, find out if they're for you, and you always have that, you know, it's like a safety net to fall back on, which is amazing. So again, message me if you guys have any questions. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.